The present administration of Kaduna State under Senator Ubasani has given healthcare services top priority. With these, various programs were introduced in order to address health issues. One of such is the use of ART mobile diagnostic truck in hard-to-reach communities and urban slums across the state. This is to ensure all communities across the state enjoy the state government's healthcare services irrespective of their location. What informed this decision? These and other questions will come your way live on today's Panorama from Kaduna Network Center. Good to have you join us. I am Salamatu Lukman Mohammed. Improving Nigeria's internal security while entrenching global best practices in all ramifications are top priorities of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu and must be actualized. Minister of Interior Olubumi Tunji Ojo was speaking at the launch in Abuja of a handbook on citizenship administration in Nigeria. Olusheye Adiago reports.
The Ministry of Interior plays a significant role in Nigeria's internal security management. This is in addition to services that impart all category of persons within the country, including foreigners. The benefit of all Nigerians. This explains launch of the handbook on citizenship administration in Nigeria to provide guidance on citizenship and resident permits.
If we are able to manage business permits, if we are able to manage naturalization, if we are able to manage that first assignment of God, the marriage institution, then definitely, as a people, we will be happier people.
It is our hope that once this handbook on citizenship administration in Nigeria is made public, it will ensure positive fulfillment of the mandates of the ministry, especially in the area of qualitative and courteous and transparent services to Nigerians and foreigners alike.
These internal security sector players are hopeful this new drive in strengthening Nigeria's internal security will yield best possible results in enhancing quality service delivery and citizenship integrity for the country. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
Media industry in Nigeria. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, gave the assurance while receiving the report and findings of the task team on audience measurement in broadcasting in Nigeria. Salihu Wanara complete this report.
This 182-page document came to reality after about 4 years of scientific findings with a view to reform the broadcast industry and fully harness its potentials to boost the nation's economic prosperity. On hand to receive the documents alongside the minister are heads of the agencies under the Ministry of Information and National Orientation who are expected to make the findings a reality.
But basically is to identify best practices, best practice audience management system that will support the sustainable growth of Nigeria creative and entertainment industry. Recommend a framework for supporting the sustainability of the audience management system.
The scientific audience measurement system is expected to reposition the broadcast industry to assess their audience and for practitioners to better understand and respond to the dynamic nature of the media consumers.
With the knowledge derived from the audience measurement system, we are better equipped to shape policies that promote diversity, quality content, and inclusivity. Let us therefore leverage this valuable resource to strengthen our media terrain and ensure that our broadcasts continue to be a powerful force for information, entertainment, and societal cohesion.
With this government gesture driven by the Ministry of Information and National Orientation, station owners, content producers, and artists will be better motivated to produce more and better content as they will have an idea of their audience. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
And the crucial role that professionalism and excellence play in the country, the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, is strengthening collaboration with the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, to amplify the Rebirth Nigeria initiative. Neka Oko has the details.
Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, share a strong and long-lasting relationship. It comes as no surprise that NIPR members paid a courtesy visit to the NTA management, aiming to strengthen their collaboration and work towards a common goal.
Rebirth Nigeria runs on 4 pillars. First is the pillar of citizenship education. We need to re-educate and reprogram our citizens to begin to think development, to have hope, and to rekindle their sense of patriotism. The second pillar is the pillar of values reorientation. The third pillar is the pillar of service excellence. And the last one is promotion of made in Nigerian goods.
With hearts aligned and a shared sense of purpose, the NTA's Director General expressed his full support for NIPR's noble objectives. He believes that a united front against fake news would pave the way for a more enlightened and united Nigeria.
Apparently, I think almost we are all operating on the same page, trying to see how we can make Nigeria better and also correct some of these fake news and wrong narratives about this country. We all belong to Nigeria, and we must think Nigeria, sleep Nigeria, wake up Nigeria, and walk Nigeria. And I would like to wish the Council a very successful tenure, and to also tell you that NTA will forever be with the NIPR.
The NIPR, as a professional body, is responsible for promoting professionalism and ethical conduct in public relations. In Abuja, Neka Oko, NTA News.
Of efforts to eradicate fake news, the management of Voice of Nigeria is seeking the collaboration of other sister agencies, and this time it is with the Nigerian Television Authority. Unity of the country through the dissemination of credible and reliable information. Christiana Akande tells us more.
Are numerous. Among these are confusion, chaos, and lack of trust within individuals, communities, and even nations. It is also considered by some as a serious impediment to democratic rule. Director General of NTA, Abdulhamid Dembos, welcomed his counterpart from the Voice of Nigeria, Von Jubrin Baba Ndachi, both collaborating to end the menace of fake news in the country.
Ours is to project Nigerians in good light, and of course, take the narrative from one angle, rather than leaving individuals to be doing that on behalf of Nigerians while we are there. So I think it's beholden on all of us to make sure that we do what is right. We must have to tell Nigerians and, of course, the world what Nigeria is and what Nigeria stands for.
We all have a responsibility to reposition Nigeria under the Renew Hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we'll do all we can to continue to collaborate with NTA for this.
Propagating the positive face of the country, as emphasized, will bring about unity, peace, as well as economic development the nation yearns for. In Abuja, Christiana Akode, NTA News.
You're watching Panorama live from Kaduna. We'll go on a short break. More reports ahead.
The counsel of our fathers.
I will urge and advise our younger generation to use talent and brain to sort out problems, not arms.
Nigerian youths Let's build our nation.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back to those harrowing days. You probably do not know what it is.
I believe we have fought one civil war too many in this country. So those who experience it will run away from it.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
Thanks for staying tuned. The National Directorate of Employment has flagged off the community-based agricultural empowerment scheme in its effort to foster economic resilience in the country. Dauda Muhammad reports that 55 participants benefited from the scheme in Kaduna State.
The Community-Based Agricultural Empowerment Scheme is an initiative of the National Directorate of Employment aimed at fostering sustainable development in rural areas through agricultural activities. The scheme engages beneficiaries in stages of farming, from planning to harvesting, packaging, marketing, and other agricultural skills. For Ismail Bilyaminu and other beneficiaries, the scheme is an opportunity to become self-reliant.
I intend to judiciously utilize the training I acquired.
The scheme seeks to enhance food security, economic robustness, and overall well-being by creating a foundation for community-driven agricultural success.
It is expected of them to use the money they acquired judiciously. That is, they should use it for the purpose it has been given to them, not otherwise.
The scheme is all about to be selected or recruited beneficiaries from the agricultural areas so that they can be empowered into the agricultural business to become self-reliant and entrepreneur at the same time.
The scheme is currently active in 12 states across the country with more than 660 beneficiaries targeted. In Kaduna, Dauda Mohammed, NTA News.
And on health, Kaduna State government has put in place a novel approach in the provision of qualitative medical care to hard-to-reach communities with a mobile medical outreach targeting rural areas and urban slums. Dauda Mohammed has a background report on the medical outreach.
Kaduna State government, in collaboration with development partners, as part of a deliberate policy of providing quality, affordable, and professional healthcare services to hard-to-reach communities across the state, started a mobile medical outreach to address challenges of healthcare services. Communities targeted for the outreach include those known as zero-dose communities, where immunization coverage is low, making them exposed to disease outbreaks. The concept is to deploy professional medical teams with state-of-the-art equipment to visit hard-to-reach communities, making it easier for the rural dwellers to have access to health care. The medical teams consult, diagnose, and prescribe drugs, while also referring those in need of additional treatment. This medical outreach has brought succor to rural communities and also improved vaccination coverage across the state. Dauda Mohammed, NTA News.
To speak further on that report, we have here with me Dr. Sani Aminu. He is the head tuberculosis team, Ministry of Health, Kaduna State. Sir, you are welcome to our studio.
Good morning, all. Our esteemed listeners out there, as she rightly said, I'm Dr. Sani Aminu by name. I work with Kaduna State Ministry of Health as the Program Manager at Kaduna State TB, Leprosy, and Bull Ulcer Control Program.
From that report, there is they talked about a free medical outreach going on from hard-to-reach communities in the state. So what is the rationale behind it?
The rationale behind the mobile community outreach that's currently ongoing in Kaduna State is as part of the effort of the Kaduna State government to reach out to people in far and hard-to-reach areas of the state by taking services close to them, and in also those communities where there are some limited access to information, services, and other things in those communities. So the whole idea is to take services closer to the communities where those people that are most vulnerable of the populations are in far and hard to reach areas in the state.
So what do you hope to achieve at the end of
Yeah, with ongoing community outreach, we intend to reach out to those people who ordinarily would have found it difficult to access healthcare services, whether as a result of geographic problems in terms of distance to healthcare facilities, or in terms of economic inability to take care of their medical bills, and due to lack of information. So we tend to take these services closer to where those people are, so that we can give it to them free of charge.
All right. So what type of disease do you lay emphasis on?
Yeah, when we are going for those community outreaches, we tend to provide a wide range of services. As you rightly said, we use mobile diagnostic truck, which has different facilities ranging from gene expert machine. Gene expert machines is one of the molecular testing platforms for TB, among other diseases. It has the ability to diagnose more than 45 different diseases at a time. And then it also has an inbuilt X-ray machine in the truck, and this is a truck that has it doesn't need any external source of energy to power it. It has all these machines can be powered. It has a solar panel on it, so it has an inbuilt power system to power all the equipments that are inbuilt in the truck. And the diseases that we tend to screen, as I said, wide range of diseases. When we are going to communities, we provide services ranging from screening for TB, as I rightly said, screening for HIV, hepatitis B and C. We also screen children for malnutrition. We also provide antenatal care services, as well as immunization services.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you think this initiative can be sustained?
Yes, this can be sustained. As we may know, as part of the mandates of primary healthcare agency is community outreaches to where to all those far to reach communities that are close to the those facilities. As we speak, some of the facilities we are looking at are those facilities that are 5 kilometers away from any primary healthcare center. And it is sustainable because we have 5 of these mobile trucks in the state, and we are collaborating with implementing partners and also the state primary healthcare agency in such a way that whichever community we are going, we don't need to deploy all the people that we need for the team from the center. So some will be based in those facilities, whether general hospitals in that particular LGA or neighboring LGA to the community we are going, and also healthcare workers from primary healthcare centers around those communities, irrespective of the distance they are from those communities. We tend to mobilize them to those communities. So this is very, very sustainable, and as part of the effort is to deploy at least 1 mobile truck to each of the 3 geopolitical zones.
Okay.
Yes.
Just as the name connotes, hard to reach communities, do you encounter any challenges getting to reach them?
Yes, we do encounter some challenges, most especially the access road network to those communities. And as you know, moving along with these mobile truck, of course, with some equipment inbuilt in it, there's tendency of devices falling down from the workbench. Inside the truck, we have workbenches, especially in the lab. So some of those equipment are on top of those benches. So there are instances when equipment will just slip and fall. So we have to devise a way around it by considering the fact that maybe we may have to lift them up from the workbench and put them on the floor of the car, so that to avoid any damage to any of our equipment. And then other issues we are encountering is issue of security. Yes, but then for now we try to limit ourselves to communities that have less incidents of insecurity, and wherever we are, we try to, as much as possible, finish what we have to do by 2, latest by 3 o'clock, and then be on our way leaving those communities.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sani Aminu. We really hope you can go on and on, but time is really not on our side. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
Moving on, Emir of Dutse, Hamim Nuhu Sunusi, has cautioned people in the state not to take law into their hands. Instead, they should report any infringement to an appropriate authority. The Emir made the plea when a committee constituted by the Jigawa state government to reconcile farmers and herdsmen paid a consultation visit to the palace. Shehu Muhammad Detti reports that Special Advisor to the Governor on Farmers and Herders Bako Muhammad Amariyawa led members of the committee.
The Reconciliation Committee was constituted by the State Governor Omar Namadi to reach out to the traditional rulers in the state. It is with a view to bring a lasting solution to farmers' hardest clashes in the state. While at the palace of the Emir, the Special Advisor says their task is to ensure farmers and herders come to terms and understand the importance of peace. He highlighted to the Emir the level at which the reconciliation have reached, saying it is yielding positive result.
We have gone far in the reconciliation process. It is gladdening that even the worst affected area is now becoming peaceful.
The Emir of Dutse, who appreciated the visit, lamented about the lingering crisis between farmers and herders in the state. He suggested dialogue as the best way to end conflicts among them. The Emir advised that genuine cattle routes should be demarcated, while herders should be enlightened more on the implication of violating the law.
It is indeed a good idea by the government. Both parties should understand that peace is very essential in every community.
The Reconciliation Committee consists of leadership of the two bodies, security agencies, and ulamas, among others. In Dutse, Shehu Muhammad Detti, NTA News.
Next on our lineup is Sports Update with Gift Judge.
Faced a country that we've played several times before, a country with good players, but we're focused, we're training.
I believe with the team we have presently, we're going to win them convincingly.
We shouldn't take anything for granted. We have to be taking our chances. Players up front have to do their best. So Sime needs to take off all the pressure.
Ahead of the 13th Africa Games scheduled for Accra, Ghana from the 8th to the 24th of March 2024, the Confederation of African Football (CAF) has announced the participating countries for the football event in the men and women's categories. In the men's event, the 8 quarter-finalists from the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt 2023, along with the host Ghana, qualify for the football event. The qualified teams are Nigeria, Benin Republic, Togo, Congo, Gambia, Senegal, South Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, and host Ghana. On the women's teams, those that took part in the 4th qualifying round of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in Costa Rica in 2022 will earn a spot in the football tournament of the Africa Games. The qualified teams are host Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Ethiopia, Morocco, Senegal, Tanzania, and Uganda. The last edition of the Continental Multi-Sports event in 2019 in Rabat, Morocco, saw Burkina Faso and Nigeria securing gold in the men and women's football event. With Sports Update, Gift George, NTA News.
And Gift George Sports Report complete our package on Panorama today. Many thanks for watching.